Today I'm going to show you one of my favorite fried fish recipes. I'm going to show you how to make LUBY'S style fried fish. And you got to hear this crunch. It's so good. So good. So I'm going to start off with cod. Use the fish, I guess, that you prefer. I'm going to cut these into 6 pieces. And for the dredge, I'm going to add 3/4 of a cup of all-purpose flour. I started with 1/2 cup. Here I have a mixture. It's a teaspoon of paprika, a teaspoon of onion powder, garlic powder, a teaspoon and a half of salt. You give that a mix. You can season how you like. Now I'm going to add some water. Start with maybe 3/4 of a cup. I'm also going to add 1 large egg and around 2 tablespoons of mustard. You definitely can use the method where you season the fish, dust it or dredge it in all-purpose flour into an egg wash, then into your crumbs, but this is what I like to do. Okay, so I'm gonna add a little more flour. You kind of eyeball things until it becomes this like batter consistency. Okay, so I cut my fish into pieces and I'm just gonna add it into that seasoned batter. By the way, comment down below if you grew up eating at LUBY'S cafeteria. For those of you that don't know, it's sort of like this cafeteria style restaurant, and they have all these like home cooked dinner items you can pick from for lunch or dinner. It's so good. Okay, so I added the fish into this wet batter, and you're just going to make sure everything is coated. And now for the best part, the cracker crumbs. I'm using 2 sleeves of saltine crackers, and I'm just gonna crush that up into a baggie. Actually, around 2.5 sleeves of saltine crackers works for this recipe. Once they're crushed, I'm gonna place them into a large bowl. And at this point, it's time to coat the fish. And I am big on texture, so this crispy, crunchy coating is my favorite. So you're gonna take your pieces of fish that have been hanging out into this wet batter, and then you just dredge it with the cracker crumbs. By the way, I'm gonna do my best to use the whole wet hand, dry hand method, but it doesn't last long when I'm in a hurry. So you just want to evenly or completely coat the exterior. You can press in the crackers and they are coated, and you'll want to preheat your cooking oil to around 355 degrees Fahrenheit. Also, this big chunk of fish is going in, but off camera, I ended up thinning out the pieces of fish to cook a lot more evenly and quicker. So you might want to do that if you're working with cod. Okay, so you're just going to fry that till it's cooked through and place it on a wire rack after. And this big chunk took a little over 10 minutes. And this is what it looks like. This deep golden brown cracker crust on this tender white fish is just, it really is my favorite. Okay, so I'm gonna set that aside and I'm just gonna repeat the process, and I will show you how I thinned out the pieces. It just will give you more pieces of fish. So this one I cut right down the middle to thin it out, and the same thing. And you'll notice I totally forgot to do the wet hand, dry hand. That's okay. So LUBY'S cafeteria. Comment down below what your favorite meal from there was. Mine is the LUBY'S fried fish. If they had sauteed green beans, I would get that, cabbage, and sweet potato. Sometimes I would do the fish with mashed potatoes and gravy and fried okra. It just depends on what my mood was. There were so many sides to choose from. It was one of my favorite places. They closed a lot of them down in the greater Houston area where I live, but you know, I can always make it at home. So check this out. Look at how perfectly this cooked. Oh, I cannot wait. I'm gonna give it a try. So that was amazing. On to the tartar sauce. I am going to show you one of the simplest recipes for tartar sauce. I've done some where I've added like so many fresh herbs and capers and ingredients. This is a simple one. So a cup of mayonnaise, a 1/2 cup of sour cream. I actually use Salvadorian sour cream and it's kind of runny. Here I have like a teaspoon of dehydrated minced onion. You could use fresh onion, maybe a tablespoon, or scallion whites. Here I'm adding some dill pickle that I just chopped up. I'm gonna add just a pinch of salt, And here I'm going to add my cracked black pepper. And the next ingredient is some sugar. And that's it. Some of you might think you could add so many things. You absolutely can. Tartar sauce is definitely a versatile sauce where you can add fresh ingredients. If you want to add dried dill and dried chives with parsley into the mix, that's good. Chop up some capers or even sweet relish, pickled relish, it all works. But this is what we're working with today. And I'm going to let this set in the fridge until I'm ready to use it. You'll want to make this ahead of time so it has time to sit and kind of marry together with the flavors. Okay, on to the sides. I am going to make these canned Italian green beans with bacon, onion, and potatoes. It's really one of my favorite easy sides. So onion, here I have some bacon, around 4 to 5 slices, and just 2 small-ish russet potatoes. I am going to cook the bacon first to render out any of that fat and just kind of spread it out on your pot. Eventually I am going to add a little bit of water. That does help to render the fat quicker, just a little bit, and just kind of give that a shake around, and you're going to just cook the bacon and render the fat. Then you're going to want to add the onion. This is probably like 1/4 of a medium onion that I sliced. I'm going to just quickly mix that up and saute. And when I tell you, if you ever decide to find a Luby's and eat there, the sides, there's just so many combos of sides that they serve. And the green beans kind of always made it on my plate. Okay, so the potatoes, I cut them into chunks, and that's going to go in. And I'm going to continue the saute for another probably 5 to 7 minutes. That'll just help the potatoes to cook quicker because we are working with canned green beans. So at this point, I'm just going to sort of eyeball seasonings. I'm going to use a little bit of chicken bouillon powder. Maybe a teaspoon goes in. I'm also going to add some water. And I'm going to shake in some garlic, salt, and pepper blend. And then just give this a mix. And what I'll do is just cover it with a lid, bring it up to a simmer, and let the potatoes cook through. Then it's done. Okay. So I guess this turned into a cook dinner with me recipe video. So I'm going to show you how I make the easiest, cheesiest one-pot mac and cheese. So I have 2 cups of water, chicken bouillon powder going in, and a 7-ounce bag of elbow macaroni. I'm going to add some paprika, like a half teaspoon, the macaroni. And then you're going to bring that up to a boil, give it a mix. And remember, this is one pot, so I'm not going to drain anything. I measured out 2 cups of water that went into this. And eventually, after it cooks for about 8 minutes, it looks like this. So I'm going to shut off the heat, and you'll notice there is still the starchy seasoned liquid. That's fine, because the pasta will eventually just drink that up. But I'm going to add 6 ounces of Velveeta. That is American processed cheese. You can fight me in the comment section, but when I have mac and cheese, I love Velveeta in my mac and cheese. And some sharp cheddar cheese. That's about 4 ounces. So in all, like 10 ounces of cheese. And, you know, use your favorite cheeses in this, but this is my favorite combo. Just good old Velveeta and sharp cheddar cheese. I'm just going to combine this until everything is creamy and melted. Now I'm going to add my Salvadorian sour cream. You're going to see me use this a lot in my recipe videos because it is a pantry staple or a fridge staple. But you could use heavy cream. You could use sour cream into the mix. So I'm going to give that a really good mix. And this is it. You'll want to taste it for salt and seasoning. Adjust to your preference. This is an easy but very, very delicious one-pot mac and cheese I love to make for dinner. And even though it still looks a little liquidy, it's going to get creamy as it sits. Just give it a couple of minutes. But this is, in my opinion, this is perfection. And it really is simple to make. Now it's time to serve a plate. So I'm going to take some of these green beans, sauteed green beans and bacon and potato with onion, which are a favorite. Now the only thing that's missing is a hot buttered roll, but you know, this is still good. And check out the mac and cheese. After a couple of minutes of setting, see how it just turns into this like beautiful, creamy, dreamy stovetop mac and cheese. It's so good. Next up, the fish. And again, texturally, if you love crunchy fish, this is the one you need to try. Now a dollop of that tartar sauce that we made. By the way, just use store-bought if you're recreating this meal. It's just as good. and a wedge of lemon. And this is dinner. So I hope you give this recipe a try. I hope you like it, and thanks for watching.